Hi, my pink warrior sisters. Welcome back to Movement Through Mastectomy, a series to help you heal and move after your mastectomy or lumpectomy. I am Jen Beyer, a fellow breast cancer survivor, and today I'm going to share a little bonus video with you after our 6 Movement Through Mastectomies videos that I have already shared. And today's bonus is all about self-love, self-care, and self-massage. So slip into something comfy, find a comfortable seat, and let's get started. You can see today I'm sitting in a chair. You are welcome to do the same. Sit on a couch, sit on a bed, or sit down anywhere is comfortable for you. We're going to be doing about a 20-30 minute massage and yoga for self-care today. And like I said, we're doing self-massage and lymphatic drainage. So maybe some of you have had lymph nodes removed during your surgery. I know I had about 4 or 5 that were removed, and luckily they were all clear. I hope the same for you. Or maybe you have had radiation and that affects your lymph nodes as well. So doing lymphatic drainage and self-massage is really good to help that flow of lymph to keep going, because the lymph helps detoxify, get rid of those toxins from our bodies. So we're gonna get started with our breath. And there's lots of lymphatic nodes, lymph nodes in our belly. So we're gonna start with our belly and doing some belly breaths. So sit up nice and tall, bring your hands to your belly, and just take a deep inhale and exhale. And notice what you notice here with the movement of your hands on your belly. On the inhale, your belly should be moving out. And let it go all the way out. Nobody's seeing. We don't have to hold in our tummies today in this moment. So push it out and exhale, let it come back in. Next, keep those hands on your belly, and as you inhale and your belly moves out, with your hands resist against it. And as you exhale, release your hands from your belly. So you're kind of pushing into your belly as you're pushing your belly out on the inhale, and then releasing your hands and letting your belly go on the exhale. So let's do that 3 more times. And you notice that I moved my hands around. I was trying to get all 4 quadrants of my belly. So let's just do one normal deep breath here. Breathe in and out. Wonderful. Now we are going to start with a face massage. And yes, I am a yogi and we are doing yoga, but I'm also a trained massage therapist. So I do know what I'm talking about with both aspects. So go ahead and take your hands and rub them together. Create some heat. And then place your hands in front of your face, not touching, and just notice if you can feel that sensation of warmth from your hands on your face. And take your 2 first fingers, your index and middle finger, and just begin to rub above or on your eyebrows, all the way down to your temples. Breathing in and breathing out. feel good to stay and do circular motions on your temples a little bit longer to release any tension you may have there from any headaches, from any treatments you've been receiving, or just stress in general. This is all about giving yourself some self-love, bringing some sweetness and nurturance to your practice. Now take those same fingers at the bridge of your nose and just do some circles down around your cheekbone all the way to your jaw. And you can open your mouth ever so slightly so you release the tension in the jaw, so you can get in there and really massage that. I know when I'm really stressed and worried, I clench my teeth and I don't even know I'm doing it, and especially at night. So I get a lot of tension here. So again, down the nose and the sinus cavities here, all the way to the jawline. Not too much pressure, just a little bit. Let's do it one more time. Good. All right, now we're gonna take our hands and create some Spock hands. Whoops. I really can do it. I can do it better on this hand. And take those, that V you created with your fingers, and take them around your ear. Okay, if you can see this. Go a little closer. And just press up and back and down. Press up and back and down. Breathe in as you press up and back. Exhale as you come down. Now, keeping this ear towards the shoulder, take those Spock fingers, bring them together, and slide them down your neck. You should feel like a tight little band on your neck, and just that's where you want to massage, all the way from the base of your earlobe, all the way down to the tops of your shoulders. And if you feel like a little spot that's a little more tight, you might want to stay there and hold a little pressure, and then continue to do some circular massage motions on your neck. Good, and from here, we're just going to continue massaging around our collarbone. So just doing like half circles up and down. Not a ton of pressure, just kind of moving the skin ever so slightly. Little half moons or rainbows, if you want to call them, over your collarbone. Let's move to the other side. So, Spock hands. Then come and grab, I'm gonna have to move this. So up and back and down. Up and back and down. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. slide your fingers to the base of the ear, just under the earlobe. Take your ear to your shoulder on the opposite side. And with circular motion, massage down the side of your neck. And if you feel a spot that's needs a little extra love, go ahead and hang out there, give it a little extra pressure. Breathe into it. Hold it as long as you can tolerate it, and with each exhale, imagine that tightness just dissipating and disappearing. And then slowly moving on and down your neck, coming to your collarbone, doing those half moons along the edge, coming back to the top and moving all the way to the center. Wonderful. Now I like to then just cross one arm over and just almost give yourself a little pat on the back. So you're doing such a good job of taking care of yourself, and just drag your hand across that collarbone, across the chest towards the heart center. Just ever so slightly, ever so lightly. And do the other side. You can even give your shoulders a little squeeze here, and then just drag across. You can alternate one and one, or do a few times on one side and then the other. Beautiful. Now let's take our hands behind our back, clasp your hands together, and just reach them toward the seat of your chair or wherever you're sitting. And then just look to one shoulder and back to center. Look to the other shoulder and back to center. Flow with your breath. Inhale to center. Exhale to one side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now unclasp your hands and bring your arms up to cactus arms, lining your elbow up with your shoulder if you can, and twisting at the hip. Go to one side, back to center, and the other. I also want to mention, as we're twisting and breathing here, I forgot to say it in the beginning, is that you can do this self-care practice anytime you want. It doesn't have to be at the end of the series, but starting about 3 weeks after your surgery, you can start this practice. You can do it every day, you can do it every other day, but definitely do it at least once a week. But I know you'll love it and want to do it more. So lower those arms down, and we're gonna extend our right arm out. And just go ahead and just light fingertips. Brush up your arm towards your shoulder. And we're gonna turn our palms up. Grasp our fingers and pull those fingers toward us, really stretching out the forearms. And like I said, we're trying to get that lymph flowing. And there are these lymph highways that run up and down our arms into our armpits. And especially after a mastectomy or a lumpectomy, if you've had those lymph nodes removed, we need to make sure that those highways are clear. So stretching out your arms is a really good way to do that. Wonderful. Now bend at the elbow. Pull the skin down ever so slightly here on your forearm and just rotate your hand around in a circular motion, one way and then the other. Moving your wrist in a circular motion in one direction. You might hear a little crack and popple, and the other. Good. Now stretch it out. And again, brush those fingertips all the way up and come into your armpit and grab a hold and lift up and in, up and in. Do this about 10 to 15 times. You want to do this on the affected side, but I'm going to show you on both sides. So I'm doing my right side. And I don't think it would hurt to do it on both sides, but you definitely especially want to do it on the affected or cancer side, because that's where the surgery occurred, that's where the lymph nodes are missing, and so that's where you want you to get the flow. So go ahead and do that. And then I had a double mastectomy, so I do have scars on both sides. So then you can move on to massaging the scars. And my scars are lateral, so you can see them here. And I just massage right on the scar in little tiny circular motions all the way down. And actually, I mostly do this after I shower. I use a really nice oil and I add some essential oils to it. The oil I use, I'll put it in the notes below. It's leaving my mind at the moment, but I do add a little frankincense oil to my massage oil. Okay, so we're done on this side. Let's move to the other side. So again, we're just gonna brush our arm. Turn your palm up. Grab a hold of those fingers and gently push them towards you. And then slowly and with control release. Again, brush your fingertips all the way up your arm like you're painting it. And then come grab a hold of that armpit. I know it seems weird, but it really is helpful. So you want to push up and in, up and in. About 10 to 15 times. And if you're doing this early on, like in the 3rd week or 4th week post-surgery, and you feel a little tender or sore, you know, just be super gentle with yourself. If it's really painful to touch the scars, leave that part out for now. And I'm moving on to the scar massage. So coming down the side in small circular motions directly on the scar. Starting back at the top and making my way back down. Wonderful. Now come back to center and go ahead and take one ear to one shoulder, and then ever so slightly look up. Okay, so now you should feel a nice stretch in the front of your neck. And we're going to take the opposite hand and just stroke from the neck, from the collarbone and chest up. And then slowly roll your head down and around, taking the ear to the other shoulder, and then looking up, feeling that stretch in the front of the neck, those anterior muscles. Taking the opposite hand and just ever so slightly, there's not a lot of pressure. You're just feeling a slight drag across the skin. And then slowly roll your head down, coming back to center, and slowly rolling it all the way up. Roll those shoulders up towards the ears and back and down. Up towards the ears, back and down. Wonderful. Now we're going to take one knee and either clasping in front of the knee or behind the knee, and hug that knee in towards your chest. And let's do the same on the other side. Sitting up nice and tall, hugging that knee in towards you, putting some pressure on those hip flexors or that groin crease where we are going to massage next. So right when you sit down, that crease that your leg makes right here, that's the groin, that's where we want to massage. And there's tons of lymph nodes right here. So since we got it flowing from head, neck, shoulders, arms, we want to keep moving it down. So I'm using about my first 3 fingers, index, middle, and fourth, and just pressing in and up, in and up, in and up, in and up. And then you can go ahead and do it on the other side. In and up, in and up, in and up, in and up. Wonderful. Now to finish off our session today, coming back to our center, our seat, and placing our hand over our heart center. And also there's some lymph nodes here along our sternum, our center bone, our chest bone. And we're just going to imagine drawing a rainbow over our heart. You can close your eyes if you'd like this time. And just notice your chest rising and falling with each breath. Imagine with each movement you make with your fingers, you're painting each color of the rainbow over your heart center. This is such a self-soothing practice here. It really helps with feeling overwhelmed, feeling down, or feeling loads of anxiety. This is very, very soothing and nurturing. You can almost do this anytime. Go ahead and just stop drawing the rainbows over your heart and rest your hand on your heart. You can even place the other hand on top. Taking a final few breaths here, giving yourself a few more moments of quiet. Now you can bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, bringing your palms together, thumbs pressed towards your heart center. You can even bow your head towards your heart ever so slightly, feeling a nice stretch in the back of your neck. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for showing up for yourself and giving yourself some self-love, self-care. It's so important to nurture ourselves. You are worthy of nurturing and caring and self-soothing yourself. Take another deep inhale together and exhale. One more inhale. And as we exhale, let's whisper together, Namaste.